If it is or if it ain't, it's gonna come out. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is December the 21st, 2022, and today the topic is Go Tell It. Go tell it, everybody. Man, look, speaking of going and telling it, man, listen, let me tell y'all what the Lord done did for me, man. Yesterday was awesome. I hope that you guys had a great day yesterday, because yes, mine was just fine. Man, my Tuesday. Long story short, y'all know that I recorded really early yesterday because I had to go and perform at a elementary school. So shout out to Chester T Elementary for hosting your girl, Madam Miraculous. Shout out to Big Thinkers for giving me the opportunity to go and perform. It turned out to be 4 shows instead of 6, but still, to God be glory for all things, man. It was truly, truly a blessing to get back in front of the children and do those assembly shows. Each show felt different. Each show was a lot of fun to do. And, to God be glory, man. First of all, that school was just so into whatever their theme was. Like, I think like Let It Snow or something like that was their theme. And they had like snow going at the door. They had Christmas music at the door when the kids got there for the day. And I'm like, man, that's amazing. Of course, I got a few pictures and whatnot, so y'all can follow me on social media. Y'all can see all the little good old tea and information about things I have going on and get a sneak peek at some of the stuff that I'll be telling y'all about. But basically, yeah. So that was the first thing. And then I noticed just how accommodating and helpful and positive and everything that those, teachers and the individuals, the staff and everybody was. So again, to God be the glory, man. It could be a totally different situation. You get hired to do something and then they could treat you bad. So I'm so grateful to be in situations now where like, you feel the love, you feel cared for, and you feel appreciated. So to God be the glory for that. An amazing time yesterday up in, I was in Gainesville. I know I kept saying Beaufort and all kinds of places yesterday, but yes, I was in Gainesville, Georgia yesterday. So yeah, Chester T Elementary. Shout out to them. Yeah, so basically that's pretty much was the majority of my day of traveling up there, traveling to turn back in the kit, all of that different type of stuff. Obviously, by the time your girl got home, all the energy was left on their gymnasium floor and everything like that. But it's always good to come back home and, my son, when he's up, he usually greets me at the door when he gets, when I get home and stuff like that. He does the same thing for my husband too. He'll be like at the door cheering, like, yay, mommy's back. So that, that's amazing to come back home to open arms, from both my husband and child and everything like that. And also yesterday, man, listen, y'all. So yesterday's gig was kind of like an unexpected blessing that came, right? I told y'all on Sunday we had another unexpected blessing that happened. Well, while I'm there in the midst of doing those shows and whatnot, I see that I had a missed call from a client that had booked us maybe like 4 years ago. She reached out and wanted to book your girl for tonight. And I'm like, wow, to God be the glory, another unexpected blessing, right on time and everything like that. And so we chit-chatted yesterday and kind of caught up and stuff, and I got an idea what she wanted to do, and I'm like, hey, I can make it happen. And so I sent out my invoice and all of this different type of stuff. Didn't know if it was going to get booked or not and all that. Had to make some faith moves. That's another thing as well, making some faith moves with finances and stuff like that. And so I get home, I go to sleep, get home and kind of wind down from my eventful day, right? And everything like that. And I wake up this morning, found out that your girl is booked for the night. So to God be the glory, man. I'm saying I'm thankful for all blessings of this nature. It's right on time for me and my family. And so to God be the glory. Right on time for the holidays and stuff too. So to God be the glory, man. All things work together for the good of those that love God, y'all. And listen, as I share my testimony on today, it further reiterates this juice for this morning that says, go tell it. Also something that came out yesterday, y'all may have noticed again on my social media. I've been sharing that an interview that I did on, I don't want to get the name wrong, and I should have written down, my apologies, but I know Miss Amber Starr is the host of, I believe it's called, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, Therapeutic Tea Tuesday, something like that. The episode came out last night. And I watched it before, but I watched it again this morning. I mean, first of all, Miss Amber Starr just has so much joy exuding from her. She's a brilliant hostess. I'm over here thinking, because, you know, I'm like, we got to collaborate somehow. I'm going to see what the Lord do. I got to see where she is again. I can't remember where she is, but if she's anywhere near Georgia, I'm going to see what we can do about collaborating, because yeah, she might need to come host something for me, you know. So we're gonna see what the Lord do. We're gonna see what the Lord do. But I wrote it down in my notes and stuff like that, because she's an amazing hostess, and you know, again, so much joy, positivity, and all that exudes from her. And so I did tune into our episode again and whatnot. I shared it on all of my social media platforms, but I did watch it again myself. And again, I think it's another thing that reiterates this topic today. Go tell it. Because again, I'm sharing my testimony, right? I'm just sharing what the Lord has done for me. Specifically, I guess, with GSL, right? But then also in every aspect of my life. I've been sharing this testimony repeatedly on these different platforms, and to God be the glory for that. Because I remember, do y'all remember that juice? It was I don't know if it was year 1 or year 2, when I was like, I think I'm gonna start trying to get on other people's podcasts, or, you know, or be on other people's shows. And lately I've just been, blessings have been flowing, y'all. Blessings have been flowing. I've been allowed to, you know, be on and be featured on so many different platforms at this point, where it's really truly a blessing. And I hope that, you know, the people that listen to these people's platforms receive something, not only just, you know, come and check us out here on God, Sex, and Love as well, but I hope they receive something from my testimony in any aspect, whether they are encouraged and inspired by tenacity, right, of going even when you don't see, and all those different things, or if they're just, you know, encouraged and inspired by what God has done for me in my relationship life, or what he's done for me in GSL and my career life, like whatever people may be inspired by. I hope that, you know, my testimony does that. And so I'm just grateful for each and every opportunity that I've had to share. And, you know, again, as I listened to the interview this morning, I just was like, wow, you know, God did it. God did it. Like he gave me the desires of my heart, and he's allowed me to see some of my dreams come into fruition. You know, he's allowed me to be able to create all these things that have been on my heart and mind for years. And for me, I think the more each thing manifests, as they say, but I believe that God brings these things again into manifestation, right? But the more he allows these things to build and grow, and for them, the things to become tangible in some ways, or yeah, the more that these things become more real to me in my life, the more encouraged I am to continue, the more encouraged I am to keep going, and the more encouraged I am to share. And so I think that was pretty much the inspiration for today in regards to go tell it, because for whatever reason, I know we talked about this in the past about our testimonies and how powerful they are, but still, I don't know if we really understand like the magnitude of that. Like, I feel like recently I've been just getting so many confirmations of dreams. I've been getting so many confirmations of maybe topics that I talk about here on the Juice, or maybe conversations that I have on a talk show that just happen to come out in this in a timely manner. Because y'all know that, especially GSL, I pretty much pre-record all the episodes. But the fact that a lot of these episodes come out right on time it just blows my mind, and I guess it just, again, shows the power of our testimonies. It shows the power of sharing what God has done for us in our lives. And so, yeah, I mean, that was the inspiration for today. That was the inspiration for, what I studied this morning. And yeah, I mean, I got a little confirmation as well, because I did wake up early, and I want to say it was around 3, did I write? I can't remember, y'all. 3 something. So sorry, 3:19 possibly, but something like that. And the Strong Concordance said the word declare. One of them was the word declare. Now there was another, word also, but it wasn't resonating with me to go deeper about that. And then the interesting thing too is when I looked up the definition of declare, it was saying something like, say something in an empathetic way. And I'm like, huh? What is this definition, right? But it was interesting. I ended up looking up a biblical definition of the word declare. And this is what it said. It says to make known, set forth. So that's what I'm more familiar with, this idea of declare. Not taking away from the one that came up on Google, but I'm just telling y'all the one that resonates with me in this moment for this topic today. We need to make known and set forth what the Lord has done for us. I have a verse to share with y'all. It's Psalm 66:16. It says, come and hear, all you who fear God, and I will tell you what he has done for my soul. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing on today. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it encourages, inspires you to do the same thing. Not only because there's power in your testimony, but also because, friend, I believe that people need to hear, like, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever the case is. People need to hear what God has done in your life. And if you're someone that feels like God hasn't done anything in your life, then I'm here to tell you you're wrong. And the reason I say that is because if you are alive today, right? If you're listening to the sound of my voice, that means you are alive. That means you got your hearing. That means that whatever you went through yesterday, you made it through. So that alone is God working in your life, whether you want to see it like that or not. Now that's like bare minimum, right? That's just like life, right? That's, man, you know what? Ooh, okay, Lord, okay. So yesterday I'm doing a show, right? And at some point, again, like, obviously the show has an outline, but when it's live and I'm interacting with the audience and I'm interacting with these kids and everything like that, I'm going with the flow, right? And at some point, I can't remember I don't know if I was doing this breathing thing because I was talking to the kids about carbon dioxide or something like that. But somebody said something in the audience, like one of the kids shouted out something about, like, either they're like, I love to breathe, I like breathing, or something like that. And I'm like, yes, man, I wish I could remember the exact words, man, because it just came to my heart and mind right now, that moment. And it was something about either breathing or breath. And I was like, oh, yes, that's very important. Breathing is very important, or whatever the case is. I mean, we do it all day, every day, right? But even the fact of being able to breathe is a blessing, right? All right, here we go again. Here go another testimony, man. I was like, I am grateful to be able to be mobile with my hands right now. There's a gentleman in my hometown. I saw he shared on social media his hand, and it looks like it's mangled a little bit. I believe he was in an accident, so I'm praying for him, you know what I'm saying, for speedy recovery and everything like that. But even, in his post, as I was reading what he had to say, he just was like, he's thankful for life. He's thankful for, prayerfully being able to still spend the holidays with his family in spite of his hand being mangled, at the moment, or whatever the case is. I guess as a result of this accident, he is thankful for life, right? And so this is the thing that I'm telling y'all today. Like, if you are truly feeling like, where is God? He's not here. Any of those things, hey, I implore you, friend, be grateful for the breath that you have in your body. Be grateful if you can move your hand like this today. Let us be grateful because, everybody don't have that testimony. So go tell it that the Lord has given you another day to breathe. Okay. Maybe we need to get just that basic and that bare minimum with what we look at as blessings, because yeah, it's amazing. I shared my testimony a minute ago. It's amazing to be booked and blessed out here. It's amazing to get these unexpected blessings and bookings and things like that, right on time and stuff like that. And all of that is amazing. And I'm sure people got plenty of other bigger testimonies than me. But let us not look down on the little things that God does. Look, here I am today, a little miracle, telling y'all that, those are still important as well. And so, go tell it. Go tell what the Lord has done for you, because the next person needs to hear your testimony, even if it's bad. Even if it's bad. And I say that because, again, if you had a bad day yesterday, but you made it through that and you are here today, then you can share the testimony that, hey, just those very words. Hey, I had a bad day yesterday, but I'm here today and looking forward to having a great day today. That could inspire somebody that is in their current bad day. So go tell it. Go tell it. And we can't be ashamed of our testimonies and everything like that. I have thrown away whatever shame that can come from, my past and things that I may have done. And I boldly proclaim, those things. And I tell what the Lord has done for me. That's literally all I did in that interview that got shared yesterday. And all I continue to do, because at the end of the day, I have to give glory and honor to the Lord. Because y'all see Miracle, right? Y'all see me, the individual human person and everything like that. And y'all want to give me some, I guess, glory and honor in regards to, oh, Miracle, you're doing this and you're doing that. And I thank you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful to those that see and appreciate the things that I feel like God is doing through me. But again, I have to give glory and honor to the Lord, because I remember, right, Miracle, me, right, operating in my own ideas, operating in myself. Me alone will record and stop. Me alone would get discouraged. Me alone would be sitting around and procrastinating on ideas, goals, dreams, and the things that the Lord was telling me to do. Me with the Lord is what y'all see today. So that's all I'm telling y'all on today. And I got to give glory and honor to God for that and everything like that. I know people might struggle with that. But as you're sharing your testimonies today, I guess I'm going to just say this in that moment. As you're sharing your testimony, you got to remember to give glory and honor to the Lord, because at the end of the day, like, He is the one that is helping us get things, get through. Like, sometimes some of us, I think when things happen and then we're like, oh, I did this, I did that, and puffing ourselves up. It's like, it's so much better. You know what? I feel like, and it's just me, okay? I feel like if you gotta puff yourself up, then you're not that thing. If you gotta self-proclaim that you're this or that, then you're probably not. Now, there's nothing wrong with like speaking things to an existence and things like that. Now, I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about the ones of us that are like, I'm so this, I'm so that. Like, it's much more powerful for somebody else to give a testimony about you than for you to testify about yourself, of being this or that. It's much more honorable to me. Now, it's much more honorable for someone else to say, wow, Miracle has been such a da-da-da in my life. Miracle, da-da-da-da-da. Like, that is, much more honorable to me than for me to go around and talk about that I'm such, I've been doing this and da-da-da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? Like, let us give glory and honor to the Lord, right? Because at the end of the day, He is the one that created all things. He is the one that gave us the minds that we have. He is the one that put ideas into our hearts and minds to pursue. He is the one that has given us goals, dreams, visions, all those different things. give glory and honor to the one who created all things as we give our testimonies. Okay. Now there, obviously you can, oh Lord, why you got me still talk about it? All right, listen. I understand each step through life is, you make choices. Okay. I'm not minimizing you, right, as an individual. Like I share this testimony all the time as well. I'm like, hey, the thing that I can say about me is that, I've made some choices in life that align with the person I want to be, right? Aligned with the things that I wanted in life. I would say that of myself. But all the rest of that, I had to give glory and honor to the Lord for even giving me that mind to trust him, because, yeah. Anyway, let me get to these verses, y'all. Let me get to these verses. But I'm just trying to encourage y'all to go tell it now. But when you go tell it right now. That's all I'm saying. Tell it right. Woo, all right, let's get into these verses, y'all. So Mark 5:19, it says, and he did not permit him, but said to him, go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you. So this is referring to that gentleman that had all those demons within him and that called themselves Legion. Now that's a whole nother thing. I feel like the Lord has given me a revelation about that in today's times. But I'll see if the Lord wants me to go deeper about that in a minute. So, but this is what that verse was referring to. Basically, we know the story. Jesus cast out the demons. They went into the pigs or the swine, however you want to say. They jumped off the mountain into the sea, X, Y, and Z. It shocked everybody around them, this, that, and the other. It shocked the people so much that the people, I guess, in the town wanted the guy to leave. Even though he was in his right mind. So all when he wasn't in his right mind, he was fine to live amongst y'all. But then when he was clothed in his right mind, y'all want the man to leave. That's interesting. But anyway. So the man was, seeking to go with the Lord, basically. He was seeking to go with Jesus. And Jesus was telling him, hey, go home and share what the Lord has done for you. And you guys can go deeper and read that whole section to see what happened and whatnot. I mean, ultimately, people started to believe on Christ because of the testimony X, Y, and Z. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty to I guess learn from this and everything like that. Because sometimes, what came into my heart and mind as I was reading this section this morning, and I don't know. I'm not trying to call anybody out. All I'm saying is that sometimes maybe he desired to be a disciple, right? Maybe he's like, oh, well, I see these other men following you. Maybe I want to be, one of them, right? And sometimes we get these titles and all these different type of things, and we want to be that. But maybe it's more important for us to be who we are and just share what the Lord has done for us. Maybe that's where your impact is. Maybe it's not being a whatever you want to insert your title. Maybe it's not being that. Maybe it's more so being whoever God created you to be, right? And sharing whatever God has done for you in your life to the next person. Even if it's one person to one to one to one. That's still a powerful movement. So yeah. From what I'm receiving there, it was more important for the man to stay where he, share with his friends what the Lord has done for him. That's what Jesus asked the man to do. But either way, it's just a reminder. Go tell it, y'all. Go tell it. So then I got another verse for y'all. Let me see here. Where is it? Mark 16:15, it says, and he said to them, go into all the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole creation. As I was reading this, I was thinking to myself, like, yes, go tell the animals and the trees. Go tell everybody. No, the funny thing is the animals and the trees and the rocks, they already know. They already know what we struggle with. The Bible say, if we don't cry out, the rocks will cry out, right? Is that Bible? Y'all can go confirm that. But anyway, nature already operates the way it's supposed to. We the ones that struggle, the ones that have all the mental capacity is supposed to be the, the stewards over the animals and everything, the earth, right? We're supposed to be the stewards of it, but we the ones struggle with just having a relationship with God and Christ and doing what we were created to do. But animals that are in all of that aren't supposed to be as intelligent as us or whatever, are all operating in their positions naturally. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. I didn't even think about that. But anyway, I feel like this is reiterated multiple times in the Bible. It tells us over and over and over again to go tell it. One thing that was on my mind again as I was reading these verses and writing them down and everything like that is that God has chosen this way to get the message out. Yes, he could probably do any way he wants to, but for some reason, right, he has chosen humans to share the message. So again, we should, take that a little bit more seriously that, hey, God has entrusted me, little old me, to share my testimony and share what the Lord has done for me. And again, I may not ever know to a full extent what my sharing is going to do. But that ain't for me to know, right? It's just for me to do it. And so I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just, on one hand, I don't know if I'm just like overwhelmed with gratitude, again, to be in this position and be here and doing all this, because again, all of these things were just thoughts and dreams years ago. Again, I think about that time, I know y'all like, oh Lord, here she go. But I think about that time, Florida days, living alone, and just having these conversations with the Lord about my career, having these conversations with the Lord about the beginning stages of the goals and dreams and visions that I am now operating in. Asking all these questions about, my love life and everything like that. And again, to be on the other side now and to be sharing this testimony of what God did for me in that season and just throughout my life, it's truly, truly a blessing. Like, and again, it's not always about the platforms, you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for GSL. I am. Like, I'm thankful because this is like an outlet for me. This is like, yes, this is my way of sharing the gospel, but for me, it's also therapeutic. It holds me accountable and all those different things. So ultimately, I guess this is for me, at the end of the day, but as I share, I mean, it's for you all too, hopefully to encourage you and inspire you to, follow me as I follow Christ. You know what I'm saying? If y'all see me stop following Christ, then stop following me, and everything like that. But yeah, there's just, God has really truly done work in me, man, and it's been documented to a certain extent. Y'all can go back on my old YouTube and see Miracle 11 years ago and, see me alone in my apartment, just sharing and where I was and everything like that and praying for where I am now. And so to God be the glory, man. To God be the glory for all things. And I just, go tell it. So I got a couple more verses or maybe just one. Psalm 96:3. It says, declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous works among all the peoples. Friends, I mean, there are plenty of verses in the go deeper section section to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds today in regards to this. Hopefully these verses will encourage you and inspire you to go tell your testimony. The Lord wants to use you, friend. Yes, the Lord wants to use you to share what he has done for you. And I believe the more you share, the more you'll see. That's what I believe. I believe the more that you give glory and honor to the Lord, the more he will continue to bless. And y'all, that's the juice. That is the juice. I mean, the Bible verse of today is John 13:35. It says, "By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Are you engaged, married, separated? Friends, don't give up. Let no man separate what God has joined together, not even you. Transform your marriage and your idea of marriage today with Marriage Reignited. This program is an insightful look into marriage and what are the true needs of his and her. You guys can get a discount when you use Miracle Video or Miracle Combo. Miracle Video will get you $5 off of the video, and Miracle Combo will give you $10 off of the video and book. Check out marriagereignited.com for more information. That's MARRAGENITED.com. And again, that's Miracle Video, MIRACLEVIDEO, or Miracle Combo, MIRACLECOMBO.